So I'm just going to show you here. I talked about a couple of these books before. So Living Crazy Healthy, Plant-Based Recipes by Jennifer Rose Rossano of Neurotic Mummy. Now it looks really cute having, it looks like white hot dog buns and a carrot in there with some mustard yum. But you know, honestly, I don't think a carrot would be very good in there. So it makes a good picture, but I don't know. But anyway, the recipes are really simple and not especially healthy, not crazy healthy, not Pauline's standard of healthy, but you know, they're an improvement on, like, sure, this is probably going to be healthier to have a carrot in there rather than a hot dog. But anyway, what I'll say is that if you're a mom and you're trying to get your kid to eat healthier, it's got to be tough, right? I'm certainly not going to say any child would be willing to do the kale juice or cabbage juice with the turmeric. None would. And so the best vegan Cheese Whiz, yeah, you can probably get your kid to eat that. Go-to caramel sauce, yep, probably kid's gonna eat that. Definitely, I mean, coconut whipped cream. You don't need a recipe for this. I've showed you a recipe for it. It's very simple. But anyway, the recipes in here are simple like that, right? So now I was going to mention today, later on, I'll be making, well, pretty quickly actually, because James will be home in not too long. He said an hour and a half. So anyway, we'll see. So I'm going to make some falafels, and I think she has some in here, or one of these books does, and I think a couple of them might have, but anyway, one of them for sure does, and the recipe wasn't that great. I think it was this one, and I think that she uses, try to find it, because I think it's this one. I'm not seeing it. Okay, well, it's not this book now. But anyway, it's one of these. Maybe not. Anyway, you can find a million recipes for falafels online, and whatever one I was looking at today was not that good. It was, they'd used chickpeas, cooked chickpeas, so, and they thought that that was healthier than, anyway. You can bake your falafels, however you want to make them. Sometimes I make them with chickpeas, cooked chickpeas like this, but usually not, because I sprout my chickpeas and then I cook them. So they're not going to be like this usually. They're going to be sprouted, and that's how I make my falafels. And my falafels are pretty much half green, half chickpea. They're, you know, there's a lot of, I put a lot of parsley in there. So I love it that way. It's good. And if you're growing your own parsley, then it's easy and affordable. If you're buying it, it's a little more expensive, but still worth it. Anyway, so I was going to mention though, from this book, she has super easy tzatziki sauce, and she uses, basically she makes a cashew cheese-ish. She soaks her cashews, but then she doesn't ferment or anything. So, and you have the lemon, tahini, garlic. She puts hemp seeds in, salt and pepper. She puts some water, cucumber, fresh or dried dill, dried parsley, and fresh or dried mint. And reading this, I know this is a yummy tzatziki recipe. So if you're looking for a super easy tzatziki that's vegan, this is a good one. So you might want to take this book out of the library. And I also wanted to mention something that I liked about this is, even though this is not living crazy healthy, it's probably a lot healthier than what most people are accustomed to. And she has little sections on all of her recipes, kid health. So it's a little what you can let your child do to help make I think this is a great cookbook for mums with not a lot of time that want to try to get some healthier food into their children. So, and why not start with page 187, super easy tzatziki. Now I'm going to recommend one little switch up. Rather than using the cucumber diced, which that's all fine, I'd recommend you use cucumber pulp. So if you juice cucumber, you drink the juice, and then that's a good pulp recipe right there, that tzatziki one. And because cucumber pulp works great for tzatziki. And if you're making falafels, tzatziki works great for falafels. So, right now I am making vegan cheese, and I was going to tell you what page it is. It's fermenting as we speak, or as I speak. Page 32. And I was going to mention a few other things about this book. Now, page 36, cashew cheese with yogurt starter. The recipe, it's the wrong directions for the recipe. They put soak almonds, 1 day drain rinse, processed with sauerkraut juice. It's not the right recipe. When she was making this recipe book, my assumption anyway, is that when she was making this recipe book, she just copied and pasted. Because honestly, this is almost I recommended a do-it-yourself protein bar book. It's basically the same protein bar throughout. You just have different little switch-ups. So you have different flavors of protein bar, but it's basically the same thing. And it's great to get you going on making protein bars. And this is basically the same vegan cheese recipe. There are a few differences. Like there's this pesto spread from almond pulp on page 68 uses the almond pulp, which if you make almond milk, you have plenty of almond pulp, and you're like, what am I going to do with this? Well, there's a lot of things you can do with it, and there's one. And she has a recipe on page 82 for shan or chickpea tofu, which I'm going to try. It uses chickpea flour, and it looks like little Velveeta squares, honestly. And then there's some other things in here that are really not that, like this recipe for tiramisu doesn't look that good. The one in this book looks a lot better. But yeah, most of her cheeses are the same thing, and she does have a few like vegan butter substitutes and stuff like that in here. She tells you how to make different kinds of milk. Like, but once you make one, you pretty much know how to make them all. Anyway, but on a budget, oat milk, cheap, but I'd say it's a good idea to drink almond milk, because then you have almond pulp, and there's lots of things you can do with almond pulp. You just have to use your yeah, what I'm going to do is today I'm going to try the devil's mayonnaise on page 23, and I'm going to use this aquafaba. I'll show you what it looks like. I'm